Never really fought anyone major, like, you know, when's he going to step up and fight a real fighter? I mean, this would definitely be one way to kill that narrative, but it would be a dangerous one for him. If you know, there's a difference between fighting Gervonta Davis, even Canelo Alvarez, and then fighting AJ. You know, the other two you can get just humiliated and schooled and beaten up a little bit. The other one you can be fully decapitated in. So you've got to be careful and you've got to be smart. And I know you want the money, I know you want the big moments, but this...
He's coming for blood. Eddie Hearn says Anthony Joshua is coming for Jake Paul's blood and could end it in one round. AJ won the Olympic gold in London and nobody matches his ability or draw, making Jake Paul completely outclassed.
Honestly, I don't see anybody ever competing on the level of AJ. Not in terms of ability, but just draw. We've never seen it before. But don't forget, AJ won the Olympic gold in London.
Anthony Joshua is a live 260 pounds behemoth with detonators in both hands who can seriously hurt Jake Paul. Ade Oladipo says landing that right hand is a huge problem, and even Francis Ngannou went down, proving Anthony Joshua's power is unmatched.
A live 260-pound behemoth who has detonators in both hands, who can seriously hurt you. I've been ringside 15 of AJ's fights. When he lands that right hand, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
Just ask Francis Ngannou. Just ask Francis Ngannou. That was a scary knockout. You were right there. I was right there. He didn't get up. And this is a guy who had never been knocked down before.
Gonna fight Canelo. But even that, there's Canelo, who's, you know, and there's AJ in terms of power. Like the jump from Canelo to AJ is astronomical. So look, I don't think it's a good idea. But, you know, pounds and pence and dollars and cents.
Eddie Hearn says Anthony Joshua is dealing with a madman who thinks he can beat him, but Joshua is ready. Originally an 8-round run-out, now he faces Jake Paul for a career-high payday. Anthony Joshua's skill and power make him untouchable.
He wants to fight. I mean, he's a madman if he wants to fight. But for some reason, and you know, he thinks he can beat AJ. And I have to be honest, like, we were going to have a run-out in December, over 8 rounds against a bloke you've never heard of. And we may end up having a run-out against Jake Paul for a career-high payday.
Anthony Joshua is stepping into a fight that blends entertainment with real skill, and Simon Jordan points out that even against a YouTuber, he remains a 2-time world champion. Anthony Joshua has fought great fights and earned his reputation, and now he brings his full power, skill, and experience into the ring. Jake Paul is stepping into a world he cannot control, and Anthony Joshua's history, pedigree, and championship caliber make it clear that any attempt to challenge him is extremely dangerous. Fans can expect Anthony Joshua to dominate and remind the world why he is untouchable.
In 2025, Anthony Joshua will fight a YouTuber.
This is the entertainment business, and Anthony Joshua is an entertainer, and you can't undo the fact that he won the World Heavyweight Championship twice. And he fought in some great fights.
So why does he need this?
Because he's in the business of entertainment. And if
Derek Chisora says Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a fight fans want for pure entertainment, but Anthony Joshua is not here to play. Jake Paul might think he can emulate past successes, but Anthony Joshua's power, skill, and elite experience make him completely untouchable. The fight could end in a single round, and Anthony Joshua will decisively put Jake Paul in his place. Fans watching know this is a display of raw heavyweight dominance from Anthony Joshua, and no YouTuber can survive against the precision and knockout power he brings to the ring.
They're building entertainment, and right now, this is a great fight for entertainment for us right now.
A one-round entertainment. Surely that doesn't go past one round.
We never know, you never know. But you know what? As I said yesterday, Jake Paul will be so confident to get into this fight, because after you watch Daniel Dubois fight, you think you can do exactly what Daniel did.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm up for this fight to happen, and I want to see AJ just put it lights out this year.
Roy Jones Jr. explains that Anthony Joshua is perfectly equipped to handle Jake Paul. Joshua has consistently defeated late starters in boxing, and his elite skill and precision make him a nightmare for anyone without experience. This fight is as much about Anthony Joshua showcasing his dominance as it is about entertainment or money. Jake Paul may think he has a chance, but Anthony Joshua's world championship experience, power, and tactical intelligence put him far ahead. Fans can expect Anthony Joshua to dictate every moment and make it clear that no YouTuber can compete at this level.
And Anthony Joshua, there's rumours circulating he could be fighting Jake Paul next. 1, do you think it's good for boxing? And 2, do you think the fight will happen?
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fight anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if you want to get a good win to put him back on the scene, that's a perfect win.
Eddie Hearn confirms that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a serious and dangerous fight. Anthony Joshua has the power to take a fighter's head clean off, and Jake Paul is stepping into territory far beyond his experience. Anthony Joshua's skill, experience, and strength make him a heavyweight who cannot be underestimated, and anyone in the ring with him faces extreme danger. Fans should expect Anthony Joshua to dominate with precision and authority, reminding the world why he is a two-time world champion and why no YouTuber can ever match his ability in a real fight.
I said to Jake Paul, you ain't in a box, mate. This ain't David Blaine. I said, so just be careful, because AJ will take your head clean off your shoulders, and it's you know, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And you take on that responsibility, and we all have to. So we got to think about that. But this is Anthony fighting a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. It's not something that we would normally do.
Yeah.
But
Jake Paul says Anthony Joshua is an insane challenge, but underestimates the risk. Anthony Joshua's power and skill are unmatched, and no social media fighter can survive against his experience. Joshua will control the ring, dictate the pace, and prove why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul may want a challenge, but Anthony Joshua will make it clear that he is in over his head. Fans expect a dominant, strategic, and devastating performance from Anthony Joshua that will leave no doubts.
And so I like the challenge. People, that's the criticism. Fight someone in their prime who's a beast. I think people just want to see me lose. That's really what the message is behind it all. And Anthony Joshua is an insane fight, but I want that challenge. We've been DMing back and forth. He wants to make it happen.
Derek Chisora warns Anthony Joshua to end the fight decisively. Joshua has the knockout power and skill to finish Jake Paul in 3 rounds. Any hesitation could be dangerous, but Anthony Joshua's experience, precision, and raw power make him fully capable of a quick and dominant victory. Fans anticipate Joshua asserting total control and demonstrating why no one can survive his combination of skill, strength, and championship experience in the heavyweight division.
But I will say this to AJ, don't let that guy knock you out, because that will be fucking nightmares forever. But 1 or 2, put it this way, AJ has to kill him.
Tony Bellew highlights that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a mismatch and potentially dangerous for Paul. Anthony Joshua's health and skill make him untouchable in the ring, and any attempt by Jake Paul to compete is foolish. This fight shows Joshua's dominance, power, and intelligence as a two-time world champion. Fans watching understand that Anthony Joshua is in complete control, and the risk is entirely on Jake Paul. Joshua's ability to finish fights decisively ensures no mistakes and no surprises. Anthony Joshua is a veteran of elite boxing, and this fight will prove why experience and skill cannot be ignored.
It's just a gross mismatch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand his health is in jeopardy. So I'm not even entertaining it. I just think it's dangerous. And listen, I might have to work it, but it's just...
It's kind of ludicrous, isn't it, really?
It's insane. This boy is nuts. Is nuts, and I think he's putting his life before he's putting his life before.
Johnny Nelson points out the money and spectacle behind Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, but Anthony Joshua is in a different league. This is not just about entertainment, it is about skill, power, and championship experience. Anthony Joshua has faced the toughest in boxing, and Jake Paul is stepping into a fight he cannot win. Fans know Joshua will dominate every round and control the pace with his world-class technique and strength. Nelson acknowledges Jake Paul's promotion skills, but Anthony Joshua's ability to handle any opponent makes him untouchable. This fight will reinforce Joshua's status as a true heavyweight champion.
At this stage of his career, I take Jake Paul. I take Jake Paul because there's more money there. If it was real, I don't think it's real. I think it's bullshit. I think Jake Paul I think it's bullshit. I think it's Jake Paul has done an amazing...
Derek Chisora is blunt in assessing Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul has no power to hurt Anthony Joshua and will be completely outmatched. Joshua's devastating knockout ability makes this a one-sided fight in terms of skill and strength. Fans should expect Joshua to dominate from start to finish and display why he is a two-time world champion. The fight may end quickly with Anthony Joshua controlling every moment and leaving no chance for Paul to survive. Derek Chisora's assessment confirms that Joshua's power, experience, and precision put him in a class far above any YouTuber stepping into the heavyweight ring.
Whatever happens will be exciting.
Does he have the power to knock out Joshua?
Nah, he hasn't got the power to knock out Joshua.
How does that fight end?
Jake Paul going to an ambulance, bro.
What can we...
Duke McKenzie emphasizes that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a fight where Joshua is in full control. Anthony Joshua can earn huge money while demonstrating why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul is a spectacle, but cannot match Joshua's skill, power, or experience. If Joshua wants, he can finish the fight decisively and send Jake Paul to hospital. Fans will witness a dominant performance from Anthony Joshua where every strike, every movement is calculated to show his supremacy. This is the type of fight that reminds everyone why Anthony Joshua is a true heavyweight legend.
It'll be the easiest fight of his career. If he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you know, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua hurts this guy, seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy...
Tommy Fury makes it clear that Anthony Joshua is in an entirely different league compared to Jake Paul. Joshua's strength, skill, and experience are unmatched, and even in extreme conditions, he could finish the fight in under a minute. Fans know that Anthony Joshua brings real power and championship pedigree that no YouTuber can handle. Jake Paul is stepping into a fight where every strike will be precise and devastating. Anthony Joshua's ability to dominate, control the ring, and finish fights with authority ensures that no one doubts why he is a two-time world champion and one of the best heavyweights alive.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute.
Logan Paul confirms that Anthony Joshua's presence in the ring changes everything. Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou decisively, and Jake Paul has never faced someone with this level of power and skill. Every ounce of confidence Jake Paul has will be tested against Anthony Joshua's precision, strength, and championship pedigree. Fans know that Joshua controls every fight, and stepping into the ring with him is stepping into absolute danger. Anthony Joshua's experience, power, and tactical intelligence make it clear that Jake Paul is completely outclassed, and this will be a showcase of Joshua's dominance.
The Joshua thing is crazy.
Is that a real conversation?
Jake's a fucking lunatic, and it's probably real. I saw Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou, and the guy was like out cold for 5 minutes, and this is a guy who had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out.
If he steps in the ring with him, and actually a bell rings and there are punches thrown, every bit of Jake Paul is not a real boxer conversation is gone forever.
Mike Coppinger confirms that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is now official, and it is a major event in Miami. Anthony Joshua is not taking a risk lightly, and Jake Paul will have to face a true heavyweight with unmatched skill and power. Fans can expect Anthony Joshua to control the fight from start to finish and prove why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul may have fame and confidence, but Anthony Joshua has precision, strength, and experience that no YouTuber can handle. This fight is as much about dominance as it is about spectacle and money.
Yeah, just broke the news here a couple of minutes ago that Jake Paul will be fighting Anthony Joshua next month in December in Miami. As we all know, Jake Paul was set to have an exhibition actually this Friday against Gervonta Davis in Miami on Netflix, and now he's going to fight, instead of having a fake fight, basically, I don't want to say fake fight, but an exhibition against a 135 pounder. Now he's going to fight a heavyweight in a real fight, and it's a bout that was in talks earlier this year. And look, I know that it's a major business, but
the weight concept confirms that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is finalized, and this is a heavyweight fight for real stakes. Anthony Joshua has unmatched skill, experience, and knockout power that make Jake Paul extremely vulnerable. Fans can expect Joshua to dominate every round and leave no doubt why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul may bring confidence and spectacle, but Anthony Joshua brings experience, tactical mastery, and devastating power. This fight will remind the world that no YouTuber can compete with a real champion, and Anthony Joshua will assert total control in the ring.
And why would Anthony AJ Joshua take this fight in Jake Paul? Here's the thing. That shouldn't confuse you either. It ain't like Anthony AJ Joshua has never done this before. Taking on Jake Paul, who has had no heavyweight experience, no amateur background, has only fought a handful of professional boxers, one in which Tommy Fury defeated him.
The weight concept confirms that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is finalized, and this is a heavyweight fight for real stakes. Anthony Joshua has unmatched skill, experience, and knockout power that make Jake Paul extremely vulnerable. Fans can expect Joshua to dominate every round and leave no doubt why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul may bring confidence and spectacle, but Anthony Joshua brings experience, tactical mastery, and devastating power. This fight will remind the world that no YouTuber can compete with a real champion, and Anthony Joshua will assert total control in the ring.
Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are finalizing a deal for a heavyweight fight on Netflix in December in Miami, sources tell The Ring's Mike Coppinger. Paul steps up to fight former heavyweight champion after his exhibition with Gervonta Davis was canceled.
Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is shaping up to be one of the most talked about fights in recent memory, and the stakes could not be higher. Anthony Joshua has the power, skill, and experience to finish this fight decisively and prove why he is a two-time world champion. Jake Paul may have confidence and promotion behind him, but stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua is stepping into absolute danger. Fans can expect Anthony Joshua to dominate every round, control the pace, and exploit every weakness. If Anthony Joshua wins, it reinforces his supremacy and reminds the world that no social media fighter can compete with a real champion. If Jake Paul somehow shocks the world, it would be an unprecedented upset, but Anthony Joshua's preparation, power, and ring IQ make that extremely unlikely. Are you backing Anthony Joshua to dominate, or do you think Jake Paul can pull off the impossible? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate.